Hello everybody, I am some old guy with MS. We just this second finished doing music with the music guy. He comes once a week on Mondays, and his name is Josh. I kept forgetting his name, but his name is Josh. He's a great guy. He just got married. And so he asked me, he says, "You're married, aren't you?" And I said, "Yeah." And he says, "Tell me, what's the secret to a long, happy marriage?" And I told him, and I believe this is true, I told him, you only need to learn 2 words. He goes, "Really? What's that? Or what are they?" So I told him, the 2 words are, "Yes, dear." And he kind of smiled. And then I told him, and the other thing is, when you and your wife get in an argument, you just have to remember one thing. And he said, "Oh, what's that?" And I said, "She is always right. Even if you're right, you're wrong. She's right." He goes, "Really?" I say, "Yep, that's the secret." And he said, "Well, so you never win an argument?" Well, I believe there's a really old way of, is it Socrates or something like that, had a way of winning or convincing your opponent that you are correct. And what you do is you agree with your opponent. You agree with your opponent, and then you add a little bit more to their way of thinking, and they will go, "Yeah." Then you add a little bit more, and a little bit more, till you get at the point of, I forget what it's called, but sort of like, I forget what it's called, where they go like, "Well, no, that won't work." And then you go, oh, wow. And then you go backwards. You go, "Well, would this work?" And they go, "Well, maybe not." Then you go backwards one more. You say, "Well, will this work?" And they'll think about it and go, "Well, yeah, probably not." And you keep advancing, or you keep retreating till you get to their original premise, and then they'll say, "Yeah, maybe that's wrong. It's the only way." So anyway, yeah, Josh, he's a nice guy. I hope his wife doesn't watch this. Well, it's okay if she does. If she did, Josh's wife, you made a good choice. He's a nice guy. And he's talented. Yeah. So the one thing I like about the music guy, Josh, is pretty much every Monday, I try and come up with a new song that he doesn't know. So I guess last week I said, how about a message to you, Rudy? And he looks it up and I go, wow, I've never heard that before. And anyway, this week he learned it and he played it for me. A message to you, Rudy, is played by the Specials. And he asked how I heard it or how I got to know it. And honestly, I'm not really sure. Well, I'm pretty sure. I think it was my friend at the time anyway, Steve, because he was always really into music. And of course, because we were friends, I sort of got dragged along. So yeah, Steve had a huge record collection. Huge, huge, huge. We used to go to Steve's place, and downstairs in the basement, we'd play records, or he'd play records. And yeah, I mean, I don't know if that's where, I don't know if he played it, but anyway, it's through Steve that I know that one. A Message to You, Rudy, by the Specials. They were kind of I guess a ska band. SKA. Which is pre-punk and probably pre-reggae. Yeah. I remember that, well, actually, he ended by playing Johnny Be Good, which is pre. All of that is like early rock by Chuck Berry, I guess. And I'm pretty sure Steve and Doug and I, and maybe even Pat, we went, Patrick girl, we went and saw him out at UBC in a fairly small auditorium. And yeah, anyway, it was kind of neat. So every Monday, I try and think of a song to stump Josh. And I've still got a couple up my sleeve. I won't announce it here because he probably watches. But anyway, yeah, it's lots of fun. I have fun anyway. And I think he does too, looking up these songs. So next week, we'll have a couple more songs for him. Anyway, that should be about it for now. So this is some old guy signing off. Take care, everybody. Show numbers. 5, 8, 8, 8.